giving you story after story. Everything is true. Some things are kinda scary, so what you gonna do? Cause that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes we spit scripture, line upon line, not discussing wickedness, but what is divine. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tales from the Sipp, episode 34. Yeah, got another historical message from you. Something that happened way back in the day, but it wasn't very long ago. And this happened not too far from where I am now, right across the bridge. Yeah, and you look at my title and you see what I'm talking about. The Clinton riots. Also, Clinton riots turned into the Clinton massacre. Now, let's get into it. So, as we know, that slavery supposedly ended in 1863 by the Emancipation Proclamation, right? All right. And then, written by Abraham Lincoln. But, so this story I'm bringing you takes place, which we know that everybody went out of slavery by then. I told you in another message. But this takes place during Reconstruction of the United States. So during Reconstruction, we know that this was the people trying to rebuild the nation after this big war has taken place between the North and the South. So Reconstruction, the story takes place in September the 4th, 1875. Okay, now, like I say, this takes place in Clinton, Mississippi. So let's get into it. So it was this guy, he used to be a slave, and his names were Charles Caldwell. He used to be a slave, and then when slavery was over, he ended up working his way up to becoming a state senator. Now, him being a senator, as you know, he was a Republican, because all of us know that study history know that all black people that voted and that were, participated in the electoral process, they were Republicans. I hope you know that. Today, they're Democrats, and most racist white people were Democrats back then. It was all Democrats. Or they called them Dixiecrats. But for some reason, most black people are Democrats now. Did they fall for a trick? I don't know. Let's get back to the story. So Charles Caldwell, like I was saying, he at this place called Moss Hill, he made a little he put together a little political situation, and it was a lot of black people came, and it was few whites came too. It was like 1,500 black families that was there. And they had a couple speakers and everything. They had Democrat and Republican speakers, you know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, Moss Hill was also called Moses Hill. Now, so if you look it up, if you look this up and you see Moses Hill, yeah, Moss Hill, same thing. But anyway, so, and while this person was up speaking, then one person yelled out, one white dude yelled out, "You a liar. You telling a lie." That's what he was saying about the Republican. This was a Democrat, a Dixiecrat that said that. So after that took place, all of a sudden, a gunshot rang out. Boom! Then some more rang out. Boom, boom, boom. So people start scattering and everything. People start scattering everything. And so you wind up, you had like 5 black people died and like 3 white people died. Yeah. And 2 of them, as I recall, it was 2 children that died in this thing. 2 of the black children. So after this, you know, the little thing, it dispersed, and you know, it was like a big riot, you know, people running everywhere scared. They say, try to say, they say that it was a white dude shot the first shot, but you had black Republicans there that had their heat with them too. So I don't know. One person shot, other people reciprocate that same what you want. So this whole thing died out. Everybody go their way, running and got away from there. But guess what happens the next day and a few days later? So the good old boys, they start going to places like getting people from Raymond and some other places, you know what I'm saying? Probably got some, might have found one, you know, 1 or 2 and Utica and places like that. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple of their friends, and you know what I'm saying? They wasn't none. So they formed a little mob, and they just started going around killing black people. So it wasn't, at first, they called it a riot, but then it became a massacre, the Clinton massacre, because those good old boys, which most likely were a bunch of KKK members, went around and just started executing black people for nothing. Just because 2 of their people got killed, but it was a white person started it. I wonder what would have happened if the black people would have said, we know there's going to be some repercussions. We got guns. They got guns. Let's go get them first. But that would have been another Nat Turner situation. That's what would have happened. Matter of fact, I know of a Nat Turner situation that happened in Mississippi. Sure did. But I'm going to say that for another story. If I remember it. See, I got a lot of stories in my head. Sometimes I forget things. I talk about things when, you know, people ask about it. But anyway, so they went, you know, they end up killing, like, they say it was, you know how they do with numbers. They say 50, it could have been 150. Never know, man. You know, people didn't keep records 100%. They tend to inflate or deflate numbers when you're talking about statistics when it's dealing with us. Yeah. But yeah, that's what happened. Man, I mean, it eventually, the massacre eventually died down a few days later, even though you had the governor call for the president, hey, man, hey, won't y'all do something about this? Stop this from happening. They're going around killing the black people. And you know, the president at the time, you know who it was? Ulysses S. Grant. Yep. He said, he issued an order saying, nope, don't nobody help, don't nobody interfere. So just let it go. When they get all they anger out, then it'll eventually stop. It's crazy, ain't it? But yep, that happened. September the 4th, 1875. Yep. It's crazy things that happen in the state of Mississippi. But anyway, moral of the story is it's a lot of stories and things that took place in the past that you don't tend to know about, but if because people really don't speak on it as much. But that's one thing that took place. And if you look this up, you'll see about the Clinton riots in 1875 during Reconstruction. You know, the Ku Klux Klan formed during that time in the United States. Birth of a nation. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you were entertained. I hope you liked my little history lesson I gave today and gave you this wonderful story of the racist mob, son of a guns, and what they did back in 1875 in the state of Mississippi in a city called Clinton. Yep. But until next time, peace and blessings, and I pray the Most High keep you. And that was episode 34. Be on the lookout for episode 35. Yes, sir. Peace out.
That's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes your boy may go way back in the day, talk about experiences and the games that he played. And that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Hey.